Hello everyone, Fay Explorer here. I'm so excited to share my experiences, my journeys, my trips, my tips and tricks during my journeys. In today's video, I'm taking you through my shocks when I visited America for the first time. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. So my first shocker when I got to America was the American people's personal space. It's like there is an unwritten rule or law that everyone has a diameter around them that you are not supposed to cross. Whether you are walking, talking, sitting, that one was a shocker for me. And that personal space could also be understood by the fact that I noticed people didn't talk much with their neighbors unless you are friends or family. There was that personal space unless that person felt maybe comfortable talking with you. You also could not visit at random. I noted that. That was a shocker for me. Because time there is of essence. There's no dilly-dallying. Even when somebody's not working, maybe it's their time to sleep or rest or do whatever they have to do in the house. So you might go and you are not welcome. They also don't take unfamiliar calls, I noted. Because I also learned that there are a lot of scammers there. People could call, maybe trying to sell some insurance or products that the person is not interested in, and they're just wasting their time. So that personal space, wow, was a bomb for me. Then another one which took me aback was the smiles. Everywhere I went, mall, church, wherever everybody was smiling, smiling, smiling. I hadn't seen that before. People are smiling, seriously smiling. And I had to learn that. It took me some time to smile back because I was not sure they were smiling at me. Then I learned when they asked me, "How are you?" I tried to give a response. It's like they were not interested in the response. It was just like a way of greeting. So somebody says, "How are you?" You move on. That was a shocker for me. Then another shocker was the mall. At the mall, for one, the malls were so big. And most of them were 24-hour malls. So you could go anytime, day or night. Then at the mall, for me, I was shocked because there was no place to keep, like if you came with bags or baggage with you, there was nowhere to put them. Because back home, we have a place where they have a section with shelves. So you put your bags there and then they give you a card that has the number of the shelf that your items have been put in. There was nothing like that. I guess it's because everybody has cars, so they leave whatever they don't need there. And so, yeah. So for me, I would enter with everything and put in the trolley and buy everything else, and then at the takeout, I only now pay for what I had picked from that store. So that was a shocker for me. Then I noted the people who are buying liquor, they were being asked for IDs, either liquor or cigarettes, even when they were old. I would have thought that IDs are asked for people who look like younger than the 21 years that they are supposed to sell liquor to. But I noted even old people were being asked for IDs. That was a shocker for me. Then I saw they had a big section for self-checkout. That one I hadn't seen before. So you pick your items, and then instead of going to that somebody behind the counter who's going to be scanning, and then they give you the total and you give them the cash, there is a section of self-checkout. You are the one who will do that job for yourself. I think that's a lot of trust. And then you pay. And if you pick a bag, you also indicate that you have picked a bag. And then you put your items and you leave the store. So that was interesting. I also was shocked at if you were looking for something in terms of kilograms, you don't get kilograms there, you get pounds. If you're looking for something in terms of meters, you don't get meters, you get yards. They have a different way of measuring. Instead of milliliters, they use ounces. So you have to do some mathematics with you. Then, the biggest shocker for me was the price of the items. So when you pick an item from the shelf and you take it for takeout, it's not the same price. You pay more. And the reasoning behind it is that item does not have the VAT added to it, so it's added while you pay. So because for me, I didn't know, how do they do the calculation? So I always ensured I have slightly more than what the shelf indicated, so that when I get to the counter, I don't get, embarrassed. Because you have given an item and then you can't pay the full amount. Now, another shocker for me was at the restaurants. Restaurant. You go to a restaurant, you open the door, and you stop. You start there. You don't take yourself around and looking for seats. Wow, that was surprising for me. So you wait there until somebody comes. If you don't find somebody already at that desk. And then when they come, they ask you how many are you, if you are 1, if you are 2, you are 3, you are 4. Then they go check, and then they now come and tell you, come. They even have forms or seats where you sit and wait. That was a shock. I hadn't seen it before. Then in that same restaurant, there are a lot of free stuff. They give you free bread, there are free crisps, there are free, and the bread has its bread or cheese or whatever, water. And then even when you buy soda, do you know you can take as many cups of soda as your stomach can take? Woo! I think that explains why a lot of people are taking a lot of sugar. It's refilled and refilled and refilled. The same thing with coffee. You can do a refill, a refill, a refill. That was a shocker for me. I hadn't seen that before. Then the biggest one was, you must tip. However the service is. So maybe if you think the service was not so good, you can tip 15% of the total. Otherwise, you're supposed to tip between 20 or even 25. But I heard it's because those people, the waiters, are not paid much. So people do that to help them out in that area. I guess it's a good thing to do. Why they don't pay them enough, I've got no idea. Then now going to hotels where you want to like book to stay in a hotel overnight or however many days you want. I was shocked that when you book these very expensive or high-end hotels, your stay there becomes even more expensive because everything is charged. From, if you want Wi-Fi, there is a charge, like $19 for Wi-Fi. You want to swim, you pay. You want breakfast, you pay. Compared to if you went to a normal, moderate hotel, you'll get all those things free. So I was shocked. It works the reverse. That one was surprising for me. Then I was shocked at the Airbnbs, the way they work there. Most of them, the people who own that home already live in that home. So when they take somebody for Airbnb, they rent out one bedroom or the basement or something, but they are also living there. And the person has access, they can cook. Maybe there's a shared bathroom. That one was a shocker because the ones I know back home, Airbnbs and it's just somebody who takes it by themselves. But there is sharing. There's a lot of sharing. So that was a shocker for me. Now, the other shocker was public transport. Public transport is punctual. So punctual that you can time yourself from your house. It's 3 minutes to the bus stop, and the bus will be there exactly at that time. So that one was a shocker for me. Coming from a place where you can wait for a bus for hours, you cannot tell when that bus will come. But they even have apps in their phones which shows those timings. That this bus will be here at this time, and this bus is going to pass through this stop and that stop and that stop. It makes life so easy. Wow, I was shocked by that one. And then their speed limits kept changing. I know that. The road speed limits, like you'll see this section, it's 30, you move to the next one, just a slightly, like a mile, another 35. It keeps changing. And I hear you have to keep checking. If you don't, you'll find a police after you, telling you that you've violated some traffic rule. Then another shocker was the way the school buses are treated there, or the school zone. That school zone has its own speed limit. I think it was 20. And then when a bus stops to pick students or to drop, if you are behind them, you stop until it's done. That was a shocker for me. And also, if a police car or an ambulance or these fire agents, if they make that siren sound that they are behind, you move out of the road for them. I love that discipline. That was shocking. It was interesting. I hadn't seen that. And I was also shocked that in America, people can travel studying, holding on to the rails. Where I come from, you cannot do that. And this is America? That was a shock for me. Then, my other shocker was the public toilets. The public toilets had such big space, like from the floor to where the door starts or the side of the wall, the whatever has partitioned two toilets. You only need to turn down a little bit and you can see what the other person is doing. That one I never understood why they do that. At least you could tell if somebody, I don't know. I don't want to think about that. And also they had lots of water in those toilets. There was so much water. In fact, some of them, when you neared to do whatever it is you've gone to do there, it flashes already. Even before you touch it, when you are done, it flashes. Whoa, I guess that's what they call development. Anyway, that was fun. That was interesting. And the more I kept going back, the more I appreciated the shocks and saw the positive side of them. So in case you need any guidance, any assistance with your travels, please write to us at fayexploreradvisors@gmail.com and we'll be glad to help you. So thank you so much for listening to me. God bless you. I love you.